So what we have here, boys, and then I'm on server so I can horse around. No comms from either of them, so I will try to explain what is happening so that people can understand. Okay. Ventus POV. And there's the digital POV. This is a 1v1 between the number 2 guild in America and potentially the number 5 guild. Okay. You click for Tap Manos or you're buying? I'm buying it. I'm really close. I clicked last night. Nothing. So we're going to buy it. Okay, so we have an initial engage happening here. Oh my goodness, Sasha went in. Oh, look at that. Oh, I'm sorry, this is Alusha. He's playing Succession Corsair. Oh my god, he's griefing. This is an 85-man uncapped, guys. Sasha is playing a Succession Berserker. Both a Succession Corsair, shown here, and the Succession Zerker shown here, are both frontline POVs. So they're both the ones diving in and trying to make plays happen for their team. Wow, Ventus actually did a good amount of damage there. You can see the recovery centers on digital actually took about 30% damage there. You could put it in theater mode. Theater mode. Oh, nice. Oh, that's picture in picture. I want theater mode. There we go. Okay, so now digital's on the offensive here. Again, we very much so expect digital to roll through this 1v1. We expect Ventus to be dead in about 20 minutes or less. In an uncapped 85-man like this, maybe even sooner. But we'll see where Ventus is actually at here as spawn timers get longer into it. That's the Succession Corsair engage coming in there. It's a solid red feed. Oh my god, look at the red feed for Ventus right there. It is just solid red all the way through. Not a single kill for Ventus. Oh my goodness. No one even got a kill on that push for Ventus. And that is about how I expected this to go. There's one. A kill. Like, if you see the feed on Sasha's side of things, it's solid blue, right? Like, this is not good. I expect Digi to basically camp this base. What do you think Scholar's role would be in Node War? It is a frontliner. Scholar is a frontline. But instead of trying to soak damage like other classes do, you're basically using your iframes sort of like a Sork to keep yourself alive and keep yourself tanky. Which is different than like other classes that just use sustain, right? Corsair, Succession Corsair here has a decent amount of sustain, but generally speaking, it's just relying on a massive amount of evasion to basically not die like he did right there. See, Digital has too much accuracy, and you see how ineffective he is at Succession Corsair when your opponent just has a lot of accuracy like that. Succession Berserker, though, this is a DR class. Okay, so you want a really big HP pool and a massive amount of DR to try to make yourself as tanky as possible. We reviewed a choice in the 1v1 between Cho Nation and Corrupt not too long ago. And we saw him getting vaporized as well, though. So, like, trying to be a frontliner in BDO really comes down to how much sustain you have health-wise if you don't have a lot of iframes. He does not have a lot of iframes, but he has a big health pool, and he gets a lot of health back. Succession Berserker has a massive amount of sustain built into the kit. You can basically get your whole health back whenever you want. So long as you can get 2 or 3 seconds, you jump out of the fight, slam the ground a few times, you're back at full health, and then you jump back in and soak more damage. That's basically how it works. Is Awakening Ninja evasion or DR? It is evasion. Okay, so now we have... Ooh. Yeah, look how quickly... Wow, I can't believe he actually got CC'd there, but Alusha gets CC'd out of the Succession Corsair mermaid form right there. Gonna dive back in, and again, the feed is mainly red here. There's actually a couple spot kills here or there against Digital, but this is about how I expect this matchup to go. Is mainly red, although this is a lot more blue here. As Ventus starts to respawn, you have like 16 seconds of spawn immunity, guys, as you spawn up, and Ventus can kind of run out and abuse that to try to get a few more kills than they would have otherwise. But you can see how quickly Alusha kind of dies there. And how little Sasha is actually doing. This is big Sasha over here. He's just standing on this hillside, chilling out, waiting to get called in. You know what I mean? He's on defense right now. He's just making sure that Ventus doesn't send a flex team. You guys remember how Corrupt sent a flex team to hit Cho's base? I think they're kind of expecting Ventus to try something like that in this matchup, where Ventus is just going to lose the head-to-head ball v ball for sure 100% of the time. So the only real way for Ventus to win this is a cheeky CTG or to send a flex squad and have Digital not actually respond to the flex team. But you can see Sasha is sitting at base, kind of just making sure that that does not happen. That backdoor potential is just not there. I'm too drunk to stay awake. Have a good night. Night-night, Trap. Man, Alusha is just taking it, man. Every time he engages, you just do not feel tanky at all as the Corsair if people are able to hit you. He simply doesn't have the defensive stats. Everyone can kill him. Everyone can hit him. He can't stay engaged. So as Succession Corsair, you kind of feel like a monster or you feel useless. And right now he feels pretty useless. Big Sasha is Digi's backup caller. I would say that that is a fair, like, Big Sasha is to Digital kind of what I am to Marco in a lot of ways. Because yeah, you're kind of a backup caller, but you can see he's a scouter. He's just kind of on the fringe of the fight. He does basically everything he can to help the guild. He's not necessarily a top fragger or anything, but he's a great player. You know what I mean? But yeah, he kind of just backup calls for Loads, but Loads doesn't really need a backup caller because, like me, he understands how to call when you don't have a backup caller. Just, it is what it is. Let's see. And see, he's skirmishing. This is the Ventus flex squad over here, and they just ate them. This is the Ventus. So Ventus is trying to send their flex to do something. This might be cannons as well. Ventus is trying to make something happen, but Digital is just all over them. And then at the base, you can see the feed coming through for Ventus is just mainly red. Is not looking good at all. I'm not sure what Ventus's base necessarily looks like right now, but Digi's definitely gaining a lot of ground here. His siege tactics are good. I think that Sasha, there are two aspects of shot calling that matter tremendously. Okay, both of them matter in their own right. You can see the feed coming through here. Look how blue that is for Digital. There's micro and there's macro. Micro is like how you're organizing your troops on the ground, everything like 10 seconds leading up to an engagement, and the exact like engagement itself. Micromanaging what's going on the screen, like during the engagement, right? Macro is more like the big picture decisions, who you're hitting, what you're hitting, how you're doing it, where your cannon pressure is, where your flag is going, stuff like that. Sasha is a very good micro caller. He's very good at motivating people. He's an inspirational shot caller. It's super good at motivating people. That's why people love like watching him. That's why people love following him. That's why people are in his guild. He is not a very good macroer, but that's what Loads is for. Loads is an incredibly good macroer. I would say where Loads struggles is Sasha's strong suit. Loads is not as good of a micro caller, but that matters less as your guild just... You don't need to micro if your guild is the second best guild on the server, right? You just like, guys, go kill them. You know, there's no fluff to it. You don't need to necessarily be a good microer. So the reason why people say Loads is the best shot caller in the game, or one of the best shot callers in the game, is because his macro is incredibly good. And that's all he really needs to worry about, right? At high level calling like this. Would you ever consider talking about Sucknova being ignored for balance patches at some point? Hoping someone with some pull would be able to bring light to the class. I do not have pull. I'm more than happy to talk about it now, but in order to have some sort of pull, I'll think about bringing it up on the UN podcast. I know that they listen to the UN podcast, and that's coming up soon. So. Okay, so Alusha actually doing a better job of kind of skating around and making sure he stays alive here. The biggest thing that holds Succession Corsair back is its passive. The resist passive is completely useless on Corsair. It's completely useless. Like, because grab resist is a joke, because every class that matters that has a grab has grab resist penetration, which makes your passive irrelevant. So like, Corsair basically functions as a class without a passive. Succession Corsair. and that's miserable. That makes the class feel really bad, and it's not fun. So they need to rework the passive before they do anything else to Succession Corsair, in my opinion. But YouTube going over some of the issues. Doesn't need a rework, just needs the pets to benefit from outside buffs. The pet benefit would be helpful for a lot of classes. So like what you just said for Corsair there is as true for Corsair as it is for Awakening Witch, right? So like they just can't fix pet damage. That's the problem. Like I sincerely think that they just cannot fix pet damage. And so like fix the passive first, and then you can kind of buff the stats up a little bit and then address the pet situation. Okay. We got off on a little tangent there, but again, the feed is basically solid blue for digital. Solid red almost for... There's maybe 1 kill every 10 deaths, maybe 2. They're trading 80-20 with Digi here. And they are at their fort. Digi is pushing the Ventus fort at this point. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Like, Ventus taking a 1v1 like this was an interesting choice. Like, very surprising that they scripted... Like, they asked for this 1v1 from what I understood. It was like a planned 1v1 and both guilds were on board with it. Like, yeah, I don't know. This looks pretty rough for Ventus here. And this is exactly what we may expect at Ventus's strength. Ventus is an extremely powerful guild, and the fact that they can pull 85 people speaks to how strong of a GM Smoover actually is, but they're not where Digi is yet. It's showing. It's not even close right now. Like, it's an 85 man T5, and I don't know if Alusha's even gotten a kill yet on this Succession Corsair. I haven't actually seen a kill come out for him yet. Like, he just vaporizes. Digi has too much accuracy. Kuno also faces the same issues with summon issues. Yeah, I mean, every class with pets does. This is true for Succession Nova as it is for Kuno as it is for Corsair. Yeah, this Suck Nova is just not it. My God, look at that feed, dude. Oof. Oof. Yep, and now Digi's already starting to wash against the base. We're 14 minutes in, and Digi is already getting chip damage. This is significant, guys, because in an 85-man tier 5 node where you have a massive amount of recovery centers, you're basically respawning. Look how fast Alusha got up here. You're basically respawning every 6 seconds or so, and there are 85 of you, which means that the enemy guild realistically should not be able to pressure your base this early on unless it is a dominating display by Digi here. Are you saying that Corsair is not a full DP build? I don't think that he is. He's not a full DP build, but it doesn't mean he doesn't have... It's interesting that he's playing Succession Corsair. Let me take a look at something real quick, guys. Because I'm pretty sure that if I check his gear... Oh, so he's got 2 sets. He's got Evasion and DR. So this is what a 700... Here, I'll hide my webcam. This is what a 744 gear score Succession Corsair looks like with basically maxed out gear. Although, the boots are not helping. Right, he doesn't have his shoes yet, but like this is really high gear score Succession Corsair, and this is how ineffective Succession Corsair looks, even at a gear score like this, right? There we go. Why doesn't he have any black stars? I don't know. It's just the way that he decided to build. Might be an older screenshot, I guess. It could be. But like I said, he's 740 gear score. This is what Succession Corsair looks like when it dives in with 740 gear score. You go in, you get like 2 skills off, you're at 10% HP already, and you're dead. Okay, good fight. Versus what Sasha is doing, and Sasha's just running around. It's very similar gameplay. Like, he's just trying to run in and disrupt a lot of people, maybe get a grab off, good ulti. You know what I mean? Like, when you're playing in the field like this. But, like, yeah, see there, he's trying to get some stuns out, he's trying to bait out some CCs, but you see how much more durable Sasha looks. And I'm pretty sure that Sasha has less gear than Alusha does. Yeah, there's the Digi flag right there, and this is not taking any damage yet. Yeah, so this is the Ventus flex team basically trying to dive this flag and get any amount of damage done. The problem with that is that flags in tier 5 node wars are extremely difficult to kill, especially if you don't have your entire guild on it. I don't even know if this flag dies a single time. Like, I actually don't know if this flag dies a single time. Positive mental attitude, though, guys. This is the first time Digital has actually beaten Cho Nation. You know what I mean? Ventus renamed their alliance to Cho Nation so that Digi could actually get a feed. That's crazy. They changed their name to Cho Nation, then accept a 1v1 with Ventus. Easy blue feeds on Cho. Put it in the montage. But yeah, no, Digi looks really strong here. Yeah, they're pushing in convincingly here. It's not even kind of remotely close. Alusha in the water there, swimming as a Corsair. He's RPing. I'm gonna play Awakening Ninja. What's his role in Node War? He's a flanking assassin. I'm not sure. Let me ask Note something real quick. Okay. There's a big engage. Sasha's grouping with the main ball a little bit more frequently here, but he's basically just trying to protect the flag. Yeah, see, there's a grab right there. Alusha's kind of just playing like a rat because his main ball is getting obliterated. Yeah. So here's the dive in from Ventus here. And you can see how strong the Digi players are actually standing in a ball there. And this is Alusha basically trying to skirt the outside of the fight, because if he dives right in, just like this, okay, he got a big CC there. That was big damage. And he got no kills and then immediately dead. Okay, so he's in iframe right now. He's just trying to get out. He dropped his load right there, didn't get any kills, yep, and then died. But honestly, it was a good play out of Alusha. He just doesn't quite have the follow-up there. He's the only one that was able to get through there, and he just wasn't able to get any of those kills. But that was an excellent play coming out for Alusha right there. To get around the side of the fight, I thought it was kind of questionable, but man, he really nailed that. He got a lot of CCs, got a lot of big damage down, but sadly didn't come up with any kills there. Yeah, Gigi's basically on the base. The Ricos are down at, what, 20% already? If he was Awakening Corsair, things would be different. That's some cope. But you're right. Awakening Corsair is a mid-range assassin, so he'd be playing it a lot differently. It would be different. It would be different. He is a bench warmer. No. Sasha is, like, he's doing an important job in the Node War. Just because he's not fighting all the time with the main ball does not mean his job is any less important than the main ball's job. He's keeping the flag protected so that the main ball can do its job. So, and here he's kind of skirmishing alongside the main ball. Oh my goodness. Yeah, see, this is Ventus's base. And Sasha, like, look how many Digital members are just free hitting the base right now as Ventus scrambles to get up, and now they're all running. Right, because they don't want to get hit with the iframes from Ventus. Yeah, so all the Ventus members come pouring out of the barricades there, and everyone kind of backs up, right? Oh, man, the Rico's down at 10%. Once the recovery centers go down, it's only a matter of time before the FTs go down. And once the flame towers are dead, the base dies in probably 3 pushes in an 85-man uncapped war like this. I was talking about Awakening Ninja. Oh, yeah, Awakening Ninja is a flanking melee assassin. And I have VOD reviews of that on my YouTube channel if you want to check them out. I'm pretty sure. Wait, no, I don't think I uploaded any. But you can look at any of the flanking assassins, like the Sage and stuff. Ninja is basically doing a similar role to Sage and Lon. You're nothing like this gameplay here. It's very different than what you're seeing here. Although, Alusha is kind of doing what ninjas do, because he just doesn't have the follow-up support. Okay, there's the class buff. He's going to go in. He's going to try for a big play here. Didn't get what he was looking for. But, getting some damage down. Honestly, a pretty good blue feed for Ventus right there. It's a solid dive. And, yeah, that's a lot of kills. There we go, bro. The dude's buffed up. Yeah. Jitsby, welcome back for 14 months, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so Sasha respawning here. There's Alusha going back at... Oh, you got a kill there. And then immediately killed. Yep. Man, he's just getting obliterated. Why does he have this here, bro? It's like blocking the text, but you can still see the text. So, like, what's the point? Very strange to me. Oh, yeah, this is Ventus just dying really slowly. Digi's honestly playing it a little bit like foot. Just about as fast as you can see a base die. Maybe you go maybe a little faster, but like they're basically just push pulling the base. Ventus will respawn. Here's Digital backing up on this side over here. They're waiting for the spawn timers of Ventus to wear off here, so that they're not invulnerable, and then they're gonna push up the hill in a few seconds and wipe them again. While Ventus is basically just gonna try to run down the hill and engage, hopefully, before that happens. But nope, there's the engage coming in from Digi, and again, another solid blue feed because the Ventus caller, whoever it is playing way too passively on the back side of the base there. And there's Digi basically washing against the side of the fort. That Hawacha looks like it's almost dead. The structures, Ricos are all dead now too. Ventus doing its best, but like, let's see what the flag looks like for Digi here. Yeah, so the flag is still at like 70%. Like I said, I don't think that they even take the digital flag a single time. Like, honest to God, I don't feel like they're gonna take it a single time. I could be wrong about that, but it looks like I'm probably gonna be right again. Thanks for the shout out yesterday. I was sleeping. Hey man, you made it to Pistanity. You absolutely deserved it, man. You're in here all the time. Of course I'm gonna give you a shout out. Of course, of course, of course. Congratulations, buddy. There we go. All right, so that's Sasha asking for BSR right there. That big box that he puts above his name. He does that so that people know where he's standing, so they can funnel their Black Spirit Rage onto him, so that he can get a big ultimate off. I don't see where his BSR like gauge like meter is. Oh yeah, it's up here. It looks like he is over 100%. So he's honestly he's just looking at the Ventus base like it's a menu right now. It's kind of rough. All right, there's the ultimate. It did catch a few people. It was a couple stuns right there. Amounted to a couple kills. That was pretty good. There we go. Look, the cannon obs are still up for Ventus, so there is still a little bit of hope there, but we'll see if they're able to make anything happen with that. Oh, man, Alusha. This is just so depressing. To watch a Succession Corsair do this and have to dance around like this. Succession Corsair is meant to dive into everybody with your whale form, just like he tried to do right there, and try to get a lot of work done, get some CCs down, and like really be a menace. But you see how quickly he dies because he doesn't have a crazy amount of sustain. Wait, they just died. Wait, they just killed them. Okay, and they're dead. Stop the timer. 25 minutes. Did I say 20 minutes? 25 minutes. I was pretty close. I was pretty close. I'm pretty good at knowing the strengths of the relative guilds in BDO and how they're going to match up to each other. Very tragic. Why is he on Succession Corsair? I don't know. I feel like the Valkyrie would have been better there, but who knows, honestly. Let me give both of them a shout out since I obviously was just spectating. Let's do Big Sasha. Let's give him a shout out. Wait, no, that's not the right person. Is it Big Sasha? Oh, he has an underscore. I apologize, guys. Yeah, he's got a big underscore under his name. Shout out at Big Sasha. There we go. Shout out at Skyfreen. Okay, those are the two streamers we were just watching there. Skyfreen was the Succession Corsair. Big Sasha was the Succession Berserker that we were witnessing. Sasha is kind of a legendary shot caller and guild master in Black Desert, runs Black Rose in digital. I have an underscore. Yeah. I have big underscore. True. He did get his emotes done by my emote artists because he's kind of a unit. Oh, it's the same like emote style. There we go. All right, boys, that was pretty quick. Ventus lasted about 5 minutes longer than I thought they were going to. In that fight. I think they baited the instant res for SOB, and then they just dove into the fort and killed them. They could absolutely have just stood there and farmed them for another like hour or so. So big props to Digi for just ending it the second that they saw it, right? Like the second that they had the opportunity, they just ended the war. So like it's really demoralizing to take a 1v1 like that and then have your enemy just sit there and farm you. So like I have a lot of respect for Digi for doing that.